Hello everybody. I just got pulled into casting King of the Hill, where the first person to win 5 games in a row wins $10. I don't know what it's actually called, but I am kind of excited for this. I'm actually going to ask about what's this event called. Anything should be saying. But yeah, so I think Philibird right now has actually won 3 games in a row, and yep. No worries, I know. Just want information quickly. Alright, so apparently GoObus is holding this. So it's apparently going to be the GoObus KOTH, the GoObus King of the Hill. Philibird right now is 3 games in a row. He's going up against jemag, who is a Protoss player that I've actually pretty sure is fairly highly ranked on the ladder. Is a very skilled guy, and I've never actually really obs him play, so this is kind of exciting for me. You can see the map is Metalopolis, and 3-0, 2 more to money. Yep, so yep, I saw that in chat. Cool. So I'm going to say thanks, and it's going to be awesome to watch. Philibird is a player I'm actually kind of familiar with. I've seen him play on multiple occasions. I've also seen him play against TQ State in the GCPL, I think it was. And that was a crazy game. It was on one of the iCup maps, I don't remember which, but it was pretty cool. So he's doing everything normally right now, and jemag's got his probe running around and knows exactly where Philibird is actually spawning. Philibird is also just starting to get his scout. He was going to scout him now. Right now, we're not going to see anything proxy-ish, nothing like a zealot rush or anything. Gas is down for jemag, so I'm very curious to see what's going on. And ooh, gas steal, very nice. So jemag's not going to have to deal with anything like really early Banshees or Blue Flame Hellion drops or anything like that. So that's really good on his part. Philibird's going to have to do something probably fast expandish or heavy MM play. Without medevacs. Let's see if he cancels. Nope. Okay, so jemag's going to leave up the assimilator, and Philibird is going to have to deal with that little annoyance. Jemag still's not got a second gas of his own. He's just throwing down his cybernetics core. It'd be kind of weird if he got his second assimilator before the cybernetics core. But still, I'm going to be expecting faster robo play from jemag. Either that or possibly a 3-gate into expand. It's actually a really good way to defend a lot of early pressure from Terrans that they can dish out. Just get the fast 3-gate warp gate, possibly pressure a little bit, and then just expand. Then move on to Robo, Stargate, whatever you wish. Let's see what these guys are going to play and do. Philibird right now is throwing down a reactor on top of his barracks fairly quickly. So we're probably going to be seeing, at the very least, I really am expecting him to expand. He's got his money up to 400, and yeah, there it is. There's the command center getting thrown down. So it is going to be a fast expand build. Great way to deal with the gas steal. However, he might have been planning to do this from the very beginning. As a 1 Rax expand like this is pretty stable. Just all you need is some bunkers, and you'll be able to defend easily. Repairing SUVs is ridiculous on bunkers. You can just lose so much as Protoss. But here we go, jemag's first stalker is out. He's now chrono boosting out a sentry that will not really need to be chrono boosted out. He'll probably throw down a robo in a second as he's about to have 100 gas. Let's see if he's going to go ahead and do that. Throws down, oh, gateway. Okay, so I look stupid, but that's alright. Will it be a 3-gate, like I said before? Yep, so will it be a 4-gate? Nope, it will be a 3-gate. So it looks like jemag is going to be doing that build that another one that I was thinking about without the fast robo, the 3-gate pressure. Philibird is using 2 of his Marines to take that out. These guys aren't in the bunker one. You're kind of wondering about that, but that's alright. He's about to have double orbital commands for double muling and everything he could possibly want. So jemag is going to have to realize that a fast expand is happening, otherwise he's going to be very, very behind in economy. 2-base Terran like this can be very strong, and Philibird will be able to mass up a lot of units. About to kill off this gas guy's going to be able to get a lot more tech units out fairly soon. The factory is almost done, and he's got another barracks going down. Probably going to get a tech lab onto this barracks and start working on Marauders and getting up some upgrades. Okay, warp gate is out. Jemag does have a probe over here. He might want to throw down a pylon or get some scout information with it. Looks like he's going to go for the pylon or just run away. Or is there going to be a pylon? I want a pylon. Okay, so I'm looking stupid, but that's alright. It is late at night. jemag is throwing down an expansion, and I've had a long day, and I'm casting because I like to cast, and GoObus just called me in to cast, and I'm always ecstatic to do that. Starport going down, so we are going to be seeing medevacs most likely coming out from there. We'll see if a robo goes down, because then jemag goes Colossi, then Vikings will be incredibly strong. But you'll notice that the orbital command is already done and going down to the natural expansion, while this Nexus is a third of the way done. So that's a pretty significant lead for Philibird right now, but his orbital command stopped flying. His orbital command, there we go. So now actually the SCVs are going to begin there a little bit early. It's going to run around. Philibird does have a large marine count because he was able to get that reactor on that barracks really quickly. Alright, bunkers are going down, engineering bay as well. We'll get infantry upgrades from him. And we do have a Raven coming out really quickly from Philibird, so that's kind of cool. Something I noticed from Philibird's style is the fact that he really enjoys drops. He's got a very scrappy style. I believe that's how... I think it was Atticus, TQ Atticus, was talking about that, how Philibird is always scrappy with a lot of drops and tricky type of play like that we saw in one of the TQ qualifiers for the first TQ Invitational. Which you guys should actually check out. Check out the next TQ Invitational. 4 qualifiers will be in to play against people like Anti-Mage, Poke Bunny, and a couple other guys, E.G. Axlav, Seawell Animage. Those guys are all in the tournament so far. It's going to be slated to play, and it's going to be awesome. So you guys should get in that, because the qualifiers for that are open to Diamond and Master players. Alright, so now we've got Raven coming as now complete out. GoObus is actually lagging. That's not good when he's holding the whole tournament. But that's okay, because he's awesome. And we do have these barracks coming out. We've got my roommate cracking up in the back. That's okay. He's cool. Shout out to Steve. You guys don't know him, but he's cool. Okay, so now, I actually don't usually do shout outs, so hope Steve feels special about that one. Alright, we have a pylon back here. So it looks like jemag is just trying to watch out for drops. This is an interesting pylon place. You might want to actually get it back on this edge, as generally for drops will come along the edge. You can see my mouse cursor on the minimap going all the way along the edge up here and going up. We do have another pylon over here. We're going to be able to warp in reinforcements for the attack in an incognito spot. But yeah, that's actually, I don't think that's actually able to be seen by this watchtower, so that would be perfect if that's the case. And it looks like Philibird's going to start trying to push out. And there is the drop. Looks like he's going to attack the front while dropping in the back. jemag does have a very good spread of pylons at the back, though. We do have the Robo out, as well as the Robotics Bay on the way. Another gateway is going down, so we will be having Colossi out from jemag. And if Philibird can hit right before the Colossi pop, that would be a very, very good timing to attack, as the Colossus is the main damage dealer of jemag's army, because he does not have Templar out. He needs that AoE to deal with these units in the back. Philibird's going to be able to throw down a point defense drone with this Raven that will help take out a lot of these Stalker hits, but really with this amount of Stalkers, it's going to be about one and a half volleys that these guys are really going to be able to deal with. I do want to know that jemag does have multiple observers out. That's something you don't see enough. Looks like Philibird's going to just leave this Marine to die. And, yeah, okay, never mind. Actually picks it up in time, but still, he probably saw this Robotics Bay. He did see the Robotics Bay. That is really key. He knows now exactly what's going down. He knows he has to pull back. He can't deal with what's going on. jemag does have a very strong force right now, even without the Colossi quite yet. He's got 107 food going up against Philibird's 101, so Philibird's a little bit behind in that respect, but he does have a command center coming down. He will be trying to get up his third, probably morph that into a planetary fortress and just go over here and really try and macro up that way. It's a very safe way to go out this, and it's very smart. He does have missile turret out just in case of DTs, which is definitely smart, as DT harassment can be very, very deadly. Okay, barracks is now out. Another barracks is going to be coming down, so it looks like Philibird will be going for the mainly Marine Marauder Medevac type of play. He does have the support of the Raven. That will be very good for him. Factory is just not in any use, and jemag is now getting up his third. So this is a really good macro game, very passive so far. Philibird was not able to do really anything with that drop. See, the units lost tab is basically nothing for both players at this point. Double Forge is now out, so we're going to get some great upgrades from jemag. That's something that is very, very underused. The upgrades are incredibly important. jemag's a little bit supply blocked right now. He can't quite get out that Colossus. But he is going to get this third up, and oh, so Philibird's just sitting up here with the Medevac filled up with Marauders. Might want to just start trying to snipe. There we go, snipe something, and now just pull away without any losses and pull back. That's Philibird, what he does. He does that constantly, multiple areas at the same time, and jemag is aware of this. He's got units in the back preparing for drops, knows that if he can stop that, then Philibird will actually have a very hard time really playing and dealing damage. He'll probably lose medevacs filled with units, and that is incredibly detrimental to try and have a large army. Okay, so now a lot of zealots are out. I don't think there are any, there aren't really any Twilight Councils yet, so there's no way to get Blink or Charge for Zealots. Charge lots are incredibly powerful, especially against this large Marauder composition, as they do have concussive shells, and that would prevent a lot of Zealots from enclosing the distance. But look at this, another drop back here. These guys do have a few kills each, going to actually deal with Zealots in this as they get filed in one by one. This is just asking to kill the Zealots for free, as Philibird is not really taking any damage whatsoever from that Zealot. He's killing them, and he might want to actually pull back in a moment before jemag can pull in his army. But look at this, there's actually a huge attack in the front as well. But oh, these force fields are perfect, going to prevent Philibird from really being able to do anything. He's pulling back. The force fields are actually not helping him, as loading the medevac has allowed him to do that. But look at this, these Marauders are now doing a lot of damage. Jemag actually might end up losing this Nexus if Philibird just stims this. Targets Nexus, but no, he's going to have to actually pull back, as Jemag is pulling in with Colossus and a lot more units, and Philibird, if he doesn't pull back, he's going to lose all these guys without killing the Nexus. Oh, that is, look at that, the Nexus down to 200 health. If they just targeted earlier, that would have gone down, but Philibird is actually lost a lot in that battle. Jemag is now up 144 food to Philibird's 133. It's not as big as it could have been. Philibird does have a lot of reinforcements in the back, but this high Viking count is going to do a great job of dealing with the Colossi, but there aren't that many Colossi. Only one Colossus is out right now. They are +1/+1 in terms of upgrades, and a lot more gateways are being upgraded. Twilight Council is now coming along the way, so he will be able to have most likely Charge being researched. But Philibird really wants to take down the Nexus, and he's actually going to be able to with these forces. There it is, that Nexus goes down. He stimmed to make sure that, as he take it out, and he also scanned to make sure that none units were in the way. So now he is now up 3 bases to 2 bases, and that's not quite up. He's got the Planetary Fortress. He will be able to have a lot more mining than Jemag, as he's got the mules as well as the 3rd base, and now he's preparing to expand again. Philibird is really going for the macro. It's great to see, but Jemag is actually, with this Colossus back there, he weakened his army because he's expecting drops. He could have taken out a lot more Philibird's units with that. Alright, the upgrades are continuing to go down. Robotics Bay is not going to be morphing anything for observers or warp prisms. That doesn't usually happen. But if we can see some drops from Jemag, that'd be a great way to retaliate against Philibird's ability to drop. The food count is actually now evened out 173 to 174, so there's no real advantage there. But Philibird, he's really playing for economy. He's got a lot of scouting over there. He's got a Marine to make sure that no flanking attacks come from Jemag. He's now got three Colossi that are very susceptible to the Vikings of Philibird. Philibird's got about 7. It's a really good number. It's a good mix to not have too many Vikings and everything. But oh, look at that! Really great EMPs, taking away all the sentry energy. There's no more ability for force fields. But look at, oh wow, Philibird's stimming and going to deal a lot of damage against these guys. Really good spread, but the Colossi are still doing a lot of damage. They're just not going down fast enough. Philibird has a huge amount of Marauders here. That's actually going to be enough to really possibly deal. Yep, these Stalkers are going to go down. Point defense drone, so key, allowing a lot of Stalkers hits to be taken and destroyed for nothing. Okay, Jemag is actually now doing a proxy pylon up there after the attack, interestingly enough. He still has all these spread pylons out, and he's spreading out more pylons. He's probably trying to get a 4th up. His 3rd is now back up, but he's mined out his main. He's all these probes just sitting idly down there. And if you look over here, this base is actually almost mined out in some of the patches, about 500 to 800 depending, actually 400 in that one. So still it's going to be close, but Philibird is now going to get up his 4th base faster than Jemag, as Jemag just threw down the Nexus, and we're at the full complete command center being morphed down here. Probably a Planetary Fortress going to go down in a second. We are not seeing that. There's the Planetary Fortress. And look at this, another command center is right over here for Philibird. If he gets enough command centers, just more orbital commands, he can then just sacrifice a bunch of his SCVs, and he actually just took out that Expo. That's a great move from his part. If he gets a lot of orbital commands, kills SCVs, he can have a 200 army with about 30 SCVs and still have continuous mineral mining. Templar Archives is now out. Sidestorm will start to be morphed. If Jemag can get some DTs out, that really, he needs to do some form of harassment, but Philibird is not going to go for the goal. He's about to have almost his entire first half of the map just completely in his control. which is going to be a really good way to go about this whole game. Looks like jemag does have blink on his stalkers, and is now needing to research charge, which he is doing. We also have the +3/+3 going down for Philibird. You see Hellions do not have any upgrades for them, but they do have Blue Flame Hellions. There are Blue Flame Hellions, and now 2/2 Bioforces is really strong. Jemag's upgrades are 2/2 himself. He's not researching +3/+3, but he is getting even more Colossi, more Observers as well. So jemag is looking to be a little bit on edge, as Philibird does have 200/200. He's got Ghosts. Blue Flame Hellions can do a ton of harassment. And oh, look at that. Oh, really good EMP on the Templar. No Side Storms are going to be happening over there. Side Storm's not even done yet, though. Philibird might actually take it right now. He's got a lot of forces, great upgrades. The Vikings are just taking out the Colossi so quickly, and Philibird's about to just knock down jemag into this defeat, really, as he's just crushing everything. Probes are going down, Nexus is going down again, and now jemag is trying to do some damage, but he really has no way to go about it, and he's saying GG, Philibird is actually going to win. That was a really cool game. Very well played by Philibird.